What if the Terracotta army wasn't built for eternal glory? Thousands of silent soldiers, each unique, each frozen in time, but guarding what exactly? Beneath the earth lies a darker purpose, hidden for millennia. Tonight, we unearth the chilling secrets of Huang's silent legion. You think you know the Terracotta army. Rows upon rows of silent warriors, standing watch for an emperor long gone. But what if their purpose was far darker than eternal protection? Beneath the museum lights and polished tours lies a story of obsession, control, and unanswered questions stretching back over 2 millennia. Built for Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of a unified China. These soldiers were meant to accompany him in the afterlife. Yet every detail, the thousand of unique faces, the precise placement of weapons, the hidden pits and chariots, hints at a design that may have been more than ceremonial. Archaeologists confirm the scale is staggering. Over 8,000 soldiers, hundreds of horses and chariots, all painstakingly crafted with techniques that remain partly mysterious. How could a civilization without mass production capabilities produce such variety and uniformity at the same time? Even the laborer's story is chilling. Hundreds of thousands are thought to have worked under brutal conditions, some buried alongside the emperor. Victims of a project blending devotion and coercion. Historical texts speak of secret chambers, protective measures, and booby traps, as if the emperor feared not only death, but forces beyond comprehension. And yet, the central mausoleum remains sealed. Its true contents, treasures, chambers, or horrors, lie untouched. A silent testament to a vision no one has fully grasped. Every unanswered question casts a shadow over the army. What were these soldiers guarding, really? And what secrets are still hidden beneath the earth, waiting for the bold or the foolish to uncover them? Beneath the surface, the Terracotta army whispers secrets the earth has kept for centuries. Every pit, every weapon, every formation raises questions that challenge the official story. Archaeologists examining the burial sites have discovered anomalies that hint at a purpose beyond ceremonial honor. The soldiers are not just guards. Their arrangement, their weapons, and even the soil beneath them suggest a design far more deliberate, precise, and unsettling than most imagine. The weapons themselves tell a story. Spears, crossbows, and swords, crafted with unmatched skill, were positioned not just for display, but in patterns that may reflect ancient military strategy, ritual significance, or something we still cannot comprehend. Some pits reveal unusual configurations, corners left deliberately empty, corridors that seem to align with cosmic or cardinal directions. scholars speculate these choices were more than symbolic. They hint at a complex understanding of order, energy, and control. Even the emperor's obsession with immortality and absolute authority casts a shadow over the site. Qin Shi Huang's paranoia is well documented. He ordered Mercury to flood parts of his tomb, sought elixirs of life, and demanded the complete obedience of those around him. Could the Terracotta Army have been a mechanism to control not only the afterlife, but the unseen forces he feared? Some researchers suggest these silent soldiers were intended to bind spirits, maintain cosmic balance, or act as sentinels against forces humans could not face. With every dig, new clues emerge. Fragments of insight hinting at an intelligence and intention that stretch beyond mere craftsmanship. The Earth itself seems to guard its secrets, leaving the question, what was this army truly built to do? The Terracotta Army is more than clay and pigment. It is a story written in silence, echoed in fragments of history. Ancient texts from the Qin dynasty hint at fears and obsessions that ordinary archaeology cannot capture. Sima Xian, the court historian, describes the emperor's relentless pursuit of immortality, his fixation on the afterlife, and a paranoia so intense it shaped the world above and below ground. These accounts suggest the army may have served a purpose beyond guarding a tomb, perhaps to manipulate unseen forces or bind restless spirits. Obscure passages speak of cosmic balance, ritualized protection, and mechanisms to channel energies from the living to the dead. Qin Shi Huang's regime, brutal yet meticulous, reflects a mind obsessed with control. If he could command armies in life, why not in death? Some texts hint at rituals performed alongside the army's construction, invoking omens and ensuring that the soldiers themselves carried more than a symbolic role. Could these silent figures have been intended to influence destiny itself? Even today, interpretations remain speculative, but the patterns are undeniable. The soldiers' arrangement, pit alignments, and proximity to the emperor's inner chambers mirror instructions outlined in forgotten manuals and apocryphal scrolls. Historians debate whether these were superstitions or deliberate acts of power, but one thing is clear. The Terracotta Army embodies a philosophy that intertwines life, death, and authority in a way that challenges comprehension. As we peer deeper into these texts, a chilling question emerges. Did Qin Shi Huang design his army merely to protect himself? Or did he create an instrument to manipulate the very forces of the world beyond human sight? The Terracotta Army was not merely a monument to power. It may have been Qin Shi Huang's ultimate instrument of control. Beyond the polished displays and orderly ranks, some researchers propose a chilling hypothesis. These silent warriors were designed to command forces beyond the living, to manipulate spirits, or even bind the souls of enemies. Each figure, each weapon, each formation might have served a purpose no visitor to the museum could ever witness. Consider the scale. Thousands of soldiers, horses, chariots, each painstakingly crafted, yet each unique. The emperor's obsession with precision extended to every detail, suggesting that these were not just ceremonial statues. Historical accounts detail the emperor's extreme paranoia, his pursuit of immortality, and the cruel treatment of laborers who built the complex under duress. Could the army have been a manifestation of his desire for absolute control, even in death? Archaeological evidence hints at hidden intentions. Pit alignments, unusual placements of weapons, and secret chambers suggest more than simple guardianship. Some historians theorize that the army functioned as a form of spiritual containment, a system to dominate forces unseen, a network of order imposed on chaos. In life, Huang ruled with absolute authority. In death, he may have sought the same dominance over the world of spirits. The sheer ambition of this vision is staggering. These soldiers, once brightly painted, now silent and colorless, may still hold the echoes of a plan never fully understood. The question lingers. Was the Terracotta army built to protect an emperor, or to wield power in a realm humanity cannot perceive? Even 2,000 years later, the Terracotta army refuses to reveal all its secrets. The emperor's central mausoleum remains unopened, its treasures and chambers hidden beneath the earth, protected by warnings of traps and untold dangers. Every excavation only deepens the mystery. Faded pigments hint at brilliance long lost. The scale of the complex exceeds imagination, and fragments of ancient texts suggest intentions we may never fully comprehend. Archaeologists continue to uncover evidence that challenges assumptions. The sheer organization of the army, the variation in facial features, the careful alignment of pits and corridors, all suggest an intelligence beyond mere decoration. The laborer's suffering, the meticulous construction, and the careful burial of certain sections point to a purpose both deliberate and unsettling. The army may have been intended to guard, to control, or to influence forces beyond the human realm, a silent system whose effects we can only guess at. For every question answered, countless others remain. What lies within the unopened chambers of Huang's tomb? Were the soldiers ever meant to interact with the living, the dead, or something in between? Did the emperor achieve immortality he so desperately sought, not for himself, but over the world he left behind? As we step back from the pits, the shadows of the past linger. The Terracotta Army stands not just as a monument to power, but as a reminder that history is never fully known. Some truths remain buried, waiting for the brave or the foolish to unearth them. The Terracotta Army may stand silent, but the questions it raises echo through time. What was Huang truly preparing for? Protection, control, or a power over forces beyond our understanding? Every uncovered pit, every faded soldier, every forgotten text hints at designs far more complex and unsettling than we can imagine. The more we learn, the more the shadows of the past deepen, leaving only fragments and whispers of intent. History has preserved the army, but it has withheld its secrets, daring us to piece together the Emperor's vision. If curiosity drives you to seek answers in the gaps, to explore what lies beneath the surface of human ambition, then this is a journey you cannot ignore. Subscribe for more stories of history's hidden mysteries, unexplained forces, and the secrets the earth refuses to yield. And as always, don't forget to look beyond the fog.